Hi, everyone. This is Tory Wilson, and thanks for joining me as I take a moment to remind everyone of the different link to feed resources that are available to you. Not only are these resources always available to you and other staff or volunteers, but can be helpful tools when it comes to training new users, learning about the different features, or perhaps for troubleshooting an unexpected challenge. Here we have a general overview of the resources that I'm going to touch on. So let's jump right into number one, the support tab and user manual. If you can take a moment to remember what your screen looks like when logging into Link2Feed, you have a black navigation bar on the left-hand side of the page, and down at the bottom includes a tab titled Support. If you click that, you will have the option to find the user manual. And when you click that, it will take you to a page that looks like the screen here. The user manual outlines all of the different features and functions of Link2Feed. So if you have a specific question for how to do something or want to learn more about a feature that you might have come across, this is a great place to get all of the details. You can even search by topic up in the right-hand corner. And it's a great start on your journey to becoming a Link2Feed expert who can then also support all of your other users on site. Now, one limitation of the user manual is that it's fairly generic. It may not always apply as directly as possible to the network we use in Arizona and how your screen looks at home. This leads us to resource number two, which is a series of training videos specific to our network and broken down into categories and topics that directly align with how you should be utilizing Link to Feed and how it should look on your screen. These videos are just like attending a live training. You're able to view the screen, and the actions are narrated with descriptions, explanations, and extra details. It's a great tool for a refresher or to help you train new users that might be joining your team and are new to Link2Feed. These videos also touch upon frequently asked questions, which leads us to our next resource. The video series has a correlated list of frequently asked questions. Here's an example of what it looks like. Each FAQ on the list also outlines the exact video where the answer can be found, as well as the exact time for when the question gets answered. So if you have a specific question and you're not sure where to find the answer, but it is on this list, you can get the answer in the very moment that it's most convenient for you by referring to the video column and referring to the time column and getting your answer in real time so that you can get back to your distribution, data entry reports, or whatever else you might be working on in Link to Feed. Now, we understand that sometimes something strange might happen, or maybe there's a question that really isn't an FAQ and isn't on this list. That leads us to our final resource after you have checked out all these other options. United Food Bank Assistance. We're here to support you and can certainly help if there's an issue or a challenge. However, we're unfortunately not mind readers and can't see your screen. Therefore, you need to be sure to provide as much information as possible when describing a problem that you're facing. For example, an email or a phone call stating link to feed isn't working isn't really sufficient information for us to help solve the problem. We need to know specifically what was expected to happen versus what is actually happening. Here on the screen is an example of an email that provides all the different details that help us to answer your question. This particular example starts off with a compliment, which isn't required, but it helps. It then outlines the username that's experiencing the issue, what is or isn't happening, when the issue occurred, and if it's still occurring or if it was maybe just a one time problem. And then we can't emphasize enough how important a screenshot is for this process. A picture can tell 1,000 words and it can really speed up the process for troubleshooting a problem that might come up. And if we don't really know the answer and have to escalate the question to DES or Link to Feed support, they will also ask for a screenshot. So it's really important to provide an image of what you're looking at in order to solve the problem. If you don't know how to take a screenshot, Google has a lot of resources for how to do so on any device that you might have. So do some research, take a look at some tools that are available to you in your device, and that will really help the process with solving problems or getting questions resolved with that clear screenshot. So here's that general overview again. In summary, please refer to all the tools that have been created just for you in order to help with link defeat. United Food Bank's here to support you, but please remember to help us help you and give us all those nitty gritty details when you encounter a challenge or have a detailed question. Thank you for all of your efforts.